Missing vulnerable person. Issued at Monday 6:10 p.m. May 26. Issued by RCMP-NS. Description: the Nova Scotia RCMP is asking for the public's assistance in locating Brian Warrington. He was last seen May 25 in Sheet Harbour. He is 6 feet tall, 210 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes. No clothing description available. Believed to be on foot. Recommended action: report tips or sightings to 902-490-5020. Photo and non-critical updates on RCMP-NS social media accounts. https://www.rcmp-grc.gc.ca/en/news/missing-person-help-the-missing-find-Brian-Warrington. Area description: Sheet Harbour, Nova Scotia. Frost advisory. Issued at Monday 3:53 p.m. May 26. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description: frost may damage frost-sensitive fruit trees and vegetable plants. Minimum temperatures near +1, coolest in low-lying areas. Locations: most of Nova Scotia. Time span: early Tuesday morning. Remarks: patchy frost is expected to form as the skies clear tonight and winds go light, especially in low-lying areas. ###. Frost advisories are issued when temperatures are expected to reach the freezing mark during the growing season, leading to potential damage and destruction to plants and crops. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to nstorm@ec.gc.ca or post reports on X using #nstorm. Recommended action: cover up plants, especially those in frost-prone areas. Take preventative measures to protect frost-sensitive plants and trees. Severe thunderstorm warning. Issued at Monday 5 p.m. May 26. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description: at 5 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, Environment Canada meteorologists are tracking a cluster of severe thunderstorms capable of producing up to 2 knife-size hail. This cluster of thunderstorms is located from Warner south to the U.S. border and is moving 35 km per hour to the northeast. ###. Large hail may cause significant damage and injury. Severe thunderstorm warnings are issued when imminent or occurring thunderstorms are expected to produce damaging hail, wind or rain. Recommended action: take immediate cover if a thunderstorm approaches. If outside, protect yourself from flying debris and hail. Severe thunderstorm warning. Issued at Monday 5:50 p.m. May 26, 2025. Issued by National Weather Service. Description: the National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Johnson County in north-central Texas. Tarrant County in north-central Texas. West-central Dallas County in north-central Texas. Until 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 5:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Everman, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Hazard: quarter-size hail. Source: radar indicated. Impact: damage to vehicles is possible. This severe thunderstorm will be near Edgecliff Village, Edgecliff, Rendon, Kennedale, Fort Worth, Arlington, Forest Hill, and Everman around 5:55 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Pantego around 6 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. Euless and Hearst around 6:10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Grand Prairie and Bedford around 6:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Irving, Colleyville, Grapevine, and DFW International Airport around 6:20 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Other locations impacted by this severe thunderstorm include Benbrook Lake, Lake Arlington, Westover Hills, Mountain Creek Lake, Bryoaks, Dalworthington Gardens, Egan, Lillian, Westlake, and Joe Pool Lake. This includes the following highway. Interstate 35W between mile markers 31 and 62. Interstate 20 between mile markers 429 and 458. Interstate 30 between mile markers 9 and 44. Recommended action: for your protection, get inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. Heavy rainfall is occurring with this storm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Special weather statement. Issued at Monday 7:06 p.m. May 26, 2025. Issued by National Weather Service. Description. At 7:06 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from near Daytona Beach Airport to 6 miles southwest of New Smyrna Beach to near Christmas. Movement was east at 10 miles per hour. Hazard, wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and pea-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Minor hail damage to vegetation is possible. Locations impacted include Deltona, Daytona Beach, Port Orange, Titusville, and Oviedo. Recommended action. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. Conditions are favorable for the development of weak, brief funnel clouds. On rare occasions they can briefly touch down, producing wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. If a funnel cloud is spotted, move indoors and report your sighting to the National Weather Service. Frequent cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with these storms. Lightning can strike 10 miles away from a thunderstorm. Seek a safe shelter inside a building or hard-topped vehicle. Remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. Invest 90E is currently located in the eastern Pacific Ocean. The system has a 80% chance of developing into a tropical depression or tropical storm in the next 2 days and a 90% chance in the next 7 days. What is an invest? An invest is an area of disturbed weather that is under investigation for its potential to develop into a tropical depression or tropical storm. South of the southern coast of Mexico, showers and thunderstorms are gradually becoming better organized and more concentrated near a broad area of low pressure located several hundred miles south of the coast of southern Mexico. Halifax Regional Police have charged a man after a series of incidents that began with a weapons complaint and ended in a collision in Halifax last week. On May 23 at approximately 10:45 p.m., officers responded to a weapons complaint near the 5100 block of George Street. Police say the driver of a U-Haul van stopped and threatened to assault people he did not know with a tire iron, then fled the scene before officers arrived. The van was located, but the driver failed to stop and fled at a high rate of speed. Police say they ended the pursuit out of concern for public safety. At around 11:15 p.m., officers responded to a collision at the intersection of Connaught Avenue and Quinpool Road. The U-Haul van had reportedly struck another vehicle. The driver fled the scene on foot but was found nearby and arrested. The driver of the vehicle that was hit was taken to hospital with what are believed to be non-life-threatening injuries. A 28-year-old man is scheduled to appear in Halifax Provincial Court at a later date. He is facing charges of resisting arrest, dangerous operation of a conveyance, impaired operation of a conveyance, and flight from police. Special Air Quality Statement. Issued at Tuesday 10:53 a.m. May 27. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description. Smoke from wildfires in northern Manitoba is expected to cause poor air quality and localized reduction in visibility. ####. As smoke levels increase, health risks increase. Limit time outdoors. Consider reducing or rescheduling outdoor sports, activities and events. You may experience mild and common symptoms such as eye, nose and throat irritation, headaches or a mild cough. More serious but less common symptoms include wheezing, chest pains or severe cough. If you think you are having a medical emergency, seek immediate medical assistance. People more likely to be impacted by outdoor air pollution, including people aged 65 and older, pregnant people, infants and young children, people with an existing illness or chronic health condition, and people who work outdoors, should reduce or reschedule strenuous activities outdoors and seek medical attention if experiencing symptoms. Visit http://www.airhealth.ca for information on how to reduce your health risk and your personal contribution to pollution levels, as well as for current and forecast AQHI values. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. Recommended action. When indoors, keep windows and doors closed as much as possible. When there is an extreme heat event occurring with poor air quality, prioritize keeping cool. Protect your indoor air from wildfire smoke. Actions can include using a clean, good quality air filter in your ventilation system and/or a certified portable air cleaner that can filter fine particles. If you must spend time outdoors, a well-constructed, well-fitting and properly worn respirator-type mask, such as a NIOSH-certified N95 or equivalent respirator, can reduce your exposure to the fine particles in the smoke. Even though exposure may be reduced, there can still be risks to health. Check in on others who are in your care or live nearby who may be more likely to be impacted by outdoor air pollution. Always follow guidance from local authorities. Learn more at https://www.canada.ca/wildfire-smoke. Weather advisory. Issued at Tuesday 11:04 a.m. May 27. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description. Conditions are favorable for the development funnel clouds this afternoon and early this evening in west-central Saskatchewan. ####. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to sk storm@ec.gc.ca, call 1-800-239-0484 or post reports on X using #SKStorm. Extreme Heat Watch. Issued at Tuesday 1:02 a.m. May 27. Issued by National Weather Service. Description. What? Dangerously hot conditions with a major risk for heat-related illness and impacts. Where? Lake Mead National Recreation Area, Death Valley National Park, Western Mojave Desert, Eastern Mojave Desert, Northeast Clark County, Western Clark and Southern Nye County, Las Vegas Valley, and Southern Clark County. When? From Friday morning through Saturday evening. Impacts. Heat-related illnesses increase significantly during extreme heat events. Additional details. Temperatures Friday and Saturday will reach 104 to 108 in the Lake Mead Recreation Area, 100 to 105 in the Mojave Deserts including Barstow, and 105 to 109 in the valleys of southern Nevada including Pahrump, Las Vegas, and Moapa. Temperatures over 115 are likely in Death Valley. Recommended action. Drink plenty of fluids, stay in an air-conditioned room, stay out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. Do not leave young children and pets in unattended vehicles. Car interiors will reach lethal temperatures in a matter of minutes. Monitor the latest forecasts and warnings for updates. If you do not have air conditioning in your home or lack shelter, monitor for local cooling shelters openings and assistance locating appropriate shelter from the heat.
Flood warning. Issued at Tuesday 2:22 a.m. May 27, 2025. Issued by National Weather Service. Description. The flood warning is extended for the following rivers in Texas. West Fork Trinity River near Boyd affecting Wise County. Denton Creek near Justin affecting Denton County. The flood warning continues for the following rivers in Texas. West Fork Trinity River near Jacksboro affecting Jack County. Trinity River at Dallas affecting Dallas County. Trinity River at Trinidad affecting Navarro and Henderson counties. What? Minor flooding is occurring and minor flooding is forecast. Where? Trinity River at Dallas. When? Until late this evening. Impacts. At 32.0 feet, minor flooding of agricultural lands used for cattle grazing will occur. Low water crossings near the river will begin to flood. Additional details. At 1:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time Tuesday the stage was 32.0 feet. Bank full stage is 30.0 feet. Flood stage is 30.0 feet. Forecast the river will oscillate above flood stage with a maximum value of 32.0 feet early this morning. It will fall below flood stage late this morning. Recommended action. Do not drive cars through flooded areas. Caution is urged when walking near riverbanks. Additional information is available at www.water.noaa.gov/wf/FWD.
Heat warning. Issued at Tuesday 3:51 p.m. May 27, 2025. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description. High temperatures reaching or exceeding 29 degrees Celsius and overnight lows near 14 degrees Celsius will begin on Wednesday and last into Thursday night. ###. Heat warnings are issued when very high temperature conditions are expected to pose an elevated risk of heat illnesses, such as heat stroke or heat exhaustion. For more information, https://www.canada.ca/health-change-health/protect-yourself.html/https://canada-forward/health-canada.ca/services/health-climate-change-health/html //climate-change-health/extreme-heat-is-at-risk.html. For more heat health advice, visit https://www.albertahealthservices.ca/news/heat.aspx. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to abstorm@ec.gc.ca, call 1-800-239-0484 or post reports on X using #abstorm. Recommended action. Residents of and visitors to the warned regions are advised to take the following precautions to protect themselves, their families and their neighbors. Consider rescheduling outdoor activities to cooler hours of the day. Take frequent breaks from the heat, spending time in cooled indoor spaces where possible. Drink plenty of water and other non-alcoholic, non-caffeinated beverages to stay hydrated. Check for your children or pets before you exit your vehicle. Do not leave any person or pet inside a closed vehicle for any length of time. Monitor for symptoms of heat stroke or heat exhaustion, such as high body temperature, lack of sweat, confusion, fainting, and unconsciousness. Pay particular attention to individuals that can experience earlier or more severe effects from heat, including infants, children, seniors, and individuals with pre-existing lung, heart, kidney, nervous system, mental health or diabetic conditions, outdoor workers, as well as those who are socially isolated. Wildfire. Issued at Monday 12:53 p.m. May 26, 2025. J. Issued by Town of Swan Hills. Description. A 1-hour evacuation notice has now been put in place for the Town of Swan Hills. That means that there is no evacuation currently issued. However, if a mandatory evacuation order is issued, you will have 1 hour to evacuate the Town of Swan Hills. Recommended action. Everyone in the affected area should prepare for a possible evacuation. Gather pets, important documents, medication, enough food, water and supplies for at least 3 days. Make sure you have enough fuel in your vehicle. This alert will be updated if an evacuation is required. Stay tuned to www.albertaemergencyalert.com. Area description. There is a wildfire burning 8 kilometers north of the Town of Swan Hills. Description. The Kingston police are asking parents, children and neighbors to remain vigilant after 3 children were approached on their way to school. During the morning hours of May 26, 2025, 3 children walking to school in the area of Sierra Avenue and Bayridge Drive were approached by a white SUV-style vehicle. A Caucasian male, unknown to any of the children, offered them a ride to school. After the children refused, the male then tried to find out which school the children attended. Instructions. Parents are reminded to speak to their children about not accepting rides from strangers, disclosing personal information, and overall safety procedures. Anyone with information, contact DCST, Anthony Hampton at 613-549-4660, extension 6438 or via email at ahampton@kingstonpolice.ca. Jefferson City. Today, during a press conference at the Missouri State Capitol, Governor Mike Caro announced that he has issued an official call for a special session aimed at providing resources to families affected by recent severe storm systems, driving economic development through a tax incentive program, and making critical budget appropriations that will impact Missourians across the state. The General Assembly will convene for the first extraordinary session of the first regular session in Jefferson City on Monday, June 2, 2025, at 12 p.m. to begin considering Governor Caro's priorities. We are proud of all that the General Assembly accomplished during the regular legislative session, but there is still work left to be done, said Governor Caro. We call on legislators to use this special session as a rare opportunity to support our vulnerable neighbors in their time of need, drive economic development, and make transformative investments in our state. This work is too important to leave unfinished. Several severe storm systems have impacted the state of Missouri over the recent months, resulting in loss of life as well as significant damage to homes, businesses, and public infrastructure. Governor Caro's call for a special session includes legislation to assist Missouri families impacted by recent severe storm systems in areas included in a request for presidential disaster declaration filed by the governor. The call includes legislation establishing an income tax deduction for insurance policy deductibles incurred by homeowners and renters due to damages caused by severe weather. Deductions shall not exceed $5,000 per household per disaster in any calendar year. Legislation enhancing the utility of the Missouri Housing Trust Fund, administered by the Missouri Housing Development Commission, by expanding eligibility and removing administrative burdens and costs to expedite aid for Missouri families with disaster housing response grants. Appropriating $25 million to the Missouri Housing Trust Fund for general administration of affordable housing activities and to expand income eligibility for emergency aid. To help retain major sports teams in Missouri, Governor Caro is calling on the General Assembly to enact legislation establishing economic development tools for athletic and entertainment facility projects of professional sports franchises through the Show Me Sports Investment Act. The Kansas City Chiefs and Royals are Missouri's teams that drive billions of dollars in economic activity through tourism, job creation, and small businesses, including hotels, restaurants, and retail. The impact of retaining these teams includes the Kansas City Chiefs contribute $575 million annually in economic value and over 4,500 jobs in Jackson County alone, bringing the state of Missouri nearly $30 million in annual tax revenue. A new Royals ballpark district is expected to support 8,400 jobs and generate $1.2 billion in economic output annually. Governor Caro's call also includes enacting legislation to extend the sunset date on tax credits for amateur sporting events. Appropriating $25 million for the University of Missouri for the planning, design, and construction of the Radioisotope Science Center at the University of Missouri Research Reactor, MIR. Appropriating funding from funds other than the General Revenue Fund for purposes provided for in the Senate Substitute for Senate Committee Substitute for House Committee Substitute for House Bill 19 in the 2025 regular legislative session. Description: No burn day in effect for all of Nova Scotia. Due to extremely dry conditions and an increased risk of wildfires, the Nova Scotia Department of Natural Resources has enacted burn ban. Burning is not allowed. Failure to comply with this restriction could result in a $25,000 fine in Nova Scotia. No burn days are issued to inform citizens of conditions that pose a high fire risk and the potential danger caused by open fires. Burning restrictions are updated at 2 p.m. daily at novascotia.ca/burnsafe or by calling 1-800-565-2224. Wildfire risk season is from March 15 to October 15 annually. Description: DU of T community member. This is a test of the University of Toronto's alert system. In the event of an actual emergency, you will be contacted at this email address and any other contact methods associated with your student or personnel university record. The university sends you a test UT alert message each semester to ensure we reach new members of our community and to confirm we have the best contact information to reach you in an emergency. All university email addresses automatically receive emergency notifications. Description: SaskTel service impairments in northern Saskatchewan. Brabant Lake, Sucker Lake, Southend, Key Lake, Cigar Lake, Collins Bay, Wollaston Lake, Black Lake, Stony Rapids, Fond du Lac, and other communities. The wildfires in northern Saskatchewan have damaged some of SaskTel's fiber transport infrastructure, resulting in significant network congestion. The network congestion is impacting SaskTel Internet, wireless, and landline, SaskTel home and business phone services in and around several northern communities. Customers in the impacted areas may experience slower than usual data services, dropped phone calls, and extreme heat warning. Issued at Wednesday 12:53 p.m. May 28, 2025. Issued by National Weather Service. Description: What dangerously hot conditions with a major risk for heat-related illness and impacts. Where, Lake Mead National Recreation Area, Death Valley National Park, Western Mojave Desert, Eastern Mojave Desert, Northeast Clark County, Western Clark and Southern Nye County, Las Vegas Valley, and Southern Clark County. When, from 9 a.m. PDT, 9 a.m. MST, Friday to 11 p.m. PDT, 11 p.m. MST Saturday. Impacts: heat-related illnesses increase significantly during extreme heat events. Additional details: temperatures Friday and Saturday will reach 104 to 108 in the Lake Mead Recreation Area, 100 to 105 in the Western Mojave Desert including Barstow, and 105 to 109 in the valleys of southern Nevada including Pahrump, Las Vegas, and Moapa. Temperatures over 115 are likely in Death Valley. Recommended action: drink plenty of fluids, stay in an air-conditioned room, stay out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. Do not leave young children and pets in unattended vehicles. Car interiors will reach lethal temperatures in a matter of minutes. Monitor the latest forecasts and warnings for updates. If you do not have air conditioning in your home or lack shelter, monitor for local cooling shelters openings and assistance locating appropriate shelter from the heat. Showers and thunderstorms associated with an area of low pressure have continued to become better organized over the past 12 hours. Some banding features have become more pronounced over the southern semicircle. Recent scatterometer data depicts that the system now has a well-defined low-level center. Thus, the system is now classified as a tropical depression, the first of the eastern Pacific season. The initial intensity is set at 35 miles per hour, 30 knots, based on AT 2.0 Dvorak classification from TAFB. The initial estimated motion is northwest at 328 knots, although there is higher uncertainty in this motion given the recent low-level center formation. Models are in fairly good agreement that the system should continue northwest to north-northwest over the next few days within the low-level flow. Environmental conditions are favorable for strengthening over the next couple of days with warm sea surface temperatures and low wind shear. After 48 hours the system is likely to enter a fairly harsh environment with drier mid-level air, cooler sea surface temperatures, and increasing wind shear which should induce a weakening trend. The latest model simulated IR satellite imagery shows that convection is likely to collapse by Saturday, and the system is forecast to become a remnant low and dissipate early next week.